Alright guys, welcome to the Real South Africa. This is Mark Blanton, and we truly appreciate you guys watching our videos and our channel. Of course, you can subscribe to this channel and of course like this video. We have Charlene and Darlene from Sarasota, Florida with us, and yeah, they have a lot to say, so we want you guys to watch. Okay, you guys wondering what all this fuss is always about? This is Johannesburg, South Africa. This is the city that a lot of our travelers have discovered. They have found for the first time through the Real South Africa, and we've been able to show them exactly what happens here and get them orientated. This is a city that we all ultimately fall in love with simply because of the freedoms and things that we get to enjoy here in South Africa. So again, take a look, just see what you see and so forth. But we have coming up again in just about another 30 seconds, we're going to have Charlene and Darlene coming in telling their story. That she's also brought her kids with her as well, but she's going to be telling her story. But this is what the draw is really about. So booking a trip with us, the Real South Africa, we're the number one option when you're looking at traveling to South Africa properly. We take care of everything for you, so you don't have anything to worry about. So you can actually be on vacation, see everything you need to see, take it all in, so when you get home, you can unpack not just your baggage, but what you saw, what you did, and then of course from there you can, like a lot of people do, end up coming back for the second and third time. No different than what Darlene and Charlene has done, coming back to South Africa for the second and third time. So without further ado, you saw the city. Now let's go ahead and get into this interview. See you on the inside. Okay, all right, guys. This is Mark Blanton from the Real South Africa, Travel and Tourism. And then, of course, we have Mrs.
Blanton
from the Real South Africa as well. And we got some repeat offenders here in South Africa. They don't supposed to be here. I think they escaped from Florida. Escaped. We're going to send you back, but you're going to be happy counting when you get back.
Okay.
Some of you guys might remember them from another episode that we
Price
did.
Family.
Oh,
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So tell them, Price family, what's going on? Talk to them. Tell them who you got over here.
I'm Charlene Price, and this is my sister, Darlene. This is Chase. He's 9 now. He was 8 when we came. He was 8, came for his birthday. Yeah, he wanted to be here for his birthday, so he's now 9. And then Chelsea, she is now 12.
All right.
Going on 20.
So you came here on your own. I mean, you wanted to come back because most people, when they come to Africa, they're like, oh, I don't want to go there.
Right.
But you went back to the U.S., and then that's where you're supposed to be safe and all these things that's going on. But you came back to South Africa. What made you come back? Tell me.
Peace of mind. I needed to get away from all of what's going on there. So peace of mind is definitely here for me. For me.
Okay.
I need something different, something better. And I know, having come here the first time, that there is something better outside of America. So, and when you know better, you do better.
All right. You must get told that often. Don't chase.
So it's not easy being there, knowing that there is more outside of where we are. There's a better life outside of what we're used to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just not comfortable. Like, I cannot see myself. I'm retired now, so I can't see myself just staying in that same situation and nothing is getting better for us there. I can't do it. I can't. I'm ready to move on.
But wait a minute, now this is America.
Okay.
This is Ronald Reagan's America. First thing in the morning type stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Well, Darlene, your sister, her doppelganger.
It is a good way to call it. It's a doppelganger.
What's your deal?
Well, I am Not retired, but not working. So I kind of got hit when COVID, started taking out a lot of people, losing jobs and all of that. So I kind of got tangled up in that web. So I've just been hanging out with Charlene.
Okay.
So we're both retired.
It's been
I like
working out
it.
just fine.
So it's been good.
Personal cook.
Oh my word!
I don't have to cook.
You like to cook then?
I love
She
to.
loves it.
Yeah.
She loves it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So this is your second time here, correct?
Yes.
So how did she have to convince you to come?
Oh,
to?
no. No.
No, all that craziness that's going on. I
She
mean,
said no. Wait, I didn't even get the question out. No.
Okay, well, let's talk about this craziness just for a moment, because obviously we have a lot of South Africans that they look at the U.S. and they just have this shining city on the hill scenario when they meet us, they're like, well, I can't, because America is all these things, and it may be.
yeah, to some people.
Yeah, and we're not going to say who they are.
Yeah.
We just know who they're not.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and
That's
whatnot.
very clear.
So what do you mean by there's so much going on?
There's a lot of violence, for sure,
Yeah.
that's going on. It's a lot of that.
Okay.
And then now this, I don't even know if you can say it's happening again or if it's always been there and I never really saw it, but it just seems like this racial tension is just even, even more now.
Yeah.
And that's just it's stressful, it's uncomfortable, it's a lot.
So do you feel like you feel it more now, or are you just more aware now?
It could be a bit of both, I mean, I will say I was in a deep sleep, for a while, not seeing it around me, but I hate to say, now that I'm woke, but it's you see it.
And you probably feel it a whole lot more too. Like, because I think that I understand what you're saying. Because once you come here and you don't feel it,
Yes,
and then you go back, you really feel it. It's
yes,
like,
that's the thing.
That's what that's
Explain that.
Yeah.
Explain
Yeah,
that.
because it's like the tension, it's like you just feel that on you, and then to come here and you're like you can just be, you can just be,
And that's the way it always should be.
yes,
Okay.
yes, and I was watching one of your videos and it was the guy, big guy, and he looked like he wanted to cry, like because he had to go back.
Actually,
Yeah.
He did cry.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta go back to America, and I don't want to be in this. Like I felt what
Everybody
he was
felt that.
going through. I
Everybody
felt my brother. What he was going through. Like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I can't keep putting that. Going through that, I can't keep allowing myself to go through
and then making excuses
when I don't have
for
to
the
now.
behavior.
Yeah, when I don't have to now. So, and then I don't want them to grow up in that.
It's not fair.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not.
He deserves better. She
Mhm.
deserves better.
Mhm.
And when you look at what they already have tolerated in 9 and 12 years, you're like, and you said to yourself, it's not going to get any better.
No.
Like, what is that going to do to their emotional and mental health if they got to be subjected to that every single day?
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
because one of the things I think of, I mean, we've you mentioned it off camera, and we won't get too deep into it about the African Americans, and of course there's the same phenomenon happening in Great Britain as well. Same thing. We talk to the people, and we talk to the blacks there, and they're like,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
Yes.
So they're reaching out to us too, and not so much the Caribbean, they just want to come because they
Right,
just
right,
want some
right,
party over here
right.
somewhere,
Yeah.
and they want to get on it, and I get it, but I'm sure they're going through theirs. A lot of people are making that migration coming to Africa,
Yes. Yeah.
not just South Africa,
Mhm.
but we
To the
welcome you
continent.
here.
Right.
But what's going on? What's the dynamic?
Yeah, I mean, I watch a lot of videos, those that are coming to South Africa, Ghana, Rwanda, wherever,
Yeah.
and they're all, and I like to read the comments because I want to know what are my people thinking, what, what's going on, like, and they're all saying the same thing. I gotta go. I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I got to get out of this. As soon as I get, money, I'm gone.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, it's all the same.
But what do you think is causing that urgency besides the climate?
I think that racial tension, has a lot to do with it, and then you turn on the news and everything is negative. Like I have this news app on my phone, and I don't know why I put it on there. Every day, all day, it's something negative.
Yeah.
It's something negative. It's a lot. It's a lot. That frog that's in that boiling pot.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta
It's
get out of
that,
here.
it's that.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you brought your family
Yeah, for sure.
and your sister. And the biggest reason why is because, the South Africans have an opportunity to show you what it is to be in Africa, amongst Africans. And as time go on, you're gonna go deeper dives into this African existence that we had never really experienced before being in America. We don't experience it. We don't know what to do with all this melanin and what it looks like and what it does. We don't know what to do with it.
Exactly.
But as we spend time, I know as we spend time here, we're finding out every day what it means to be an African, and it's almost shameful that we kind of ran from it generationally for all these years, and we know why. So I can't blame any of us.
Right.
Brainwashed.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
And even what you just said, Darlene, like a lot of our South African friends would say, oh, but there's the internet. Y'all guys can just look on the internet. Like, why are y'all still not knowing about Africa? I mean, brainwashing goes beyond the internet.
Yeah.
In my mind, it's something that if the internet was put in front of you and you were looking at international travel, the brainwashing says, don't look at Africa.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah. Right.
Am I speaking?
Yeah.
So that's where we are and whatnot. So, okay. Question: what do you like to cook? What do you like?
Food.
Look at the smile earlier. like fried chicken. What do you
Fried chicken, oxtails, collard greens, cabbage. All the soul food. Yeah.
Keep in mind,
Look at
y'all.
my face. I'm like,
Yeah. Keep in mind, they're from Florida. Sarasota, if I said it, I'll have to ask now. But and it's a very nice place. I mean, Sarasota is very nice.
Yeah, where I am it's really nice because it's Lakewood Ranch area.
Yeah.
So it's really growing.
Yeah.
So
and you still feel the way you feel.
Well, it's not, like
it's a nice area.
It's a nice area.
It ain't leave it at that.
Yeah.
They let me be there.
Yeah. There's probably a quota, but
This is the only one we're done. Thank you.
I'm kidding.
But we honestly we do feel like that sometimes. When you look around, you're like, ain't nobody.
Yeah,
else
it's
here.
not like
But
when
I guess
you
I'm
do
just
see them, it's like, oh, okay.
You're like, hey, and you don't want to get too
Where you
excited
come
because
from?
you don't really want to see
Yeah.
because if they see you get to it, they'll be like,
Yes,
too
too
excited to
close.
see the other one.
Yeah.
You know how they do.
Yeah.
But being I'm starting to implore the fact that we're telling our stories. We telling our own stories like in open space, and hopefully that these African nations open up to to us African Americans that want to come back. We don't come back with nothing.
Right.
We come back and willing to be part and assist in bringing in that good food that you're talking about. That's why I asked that, because you're going to be cooking for some South Africans that was away though. They're going to be like, well, hold on, you need her here. But we do bring a lot to. Do you think as African Americans bring a lot to the table?
I believe so.
Okay.
We've gained a lot while there, a lot of skills and talents and all of that, and have been able to build upon it as much as we've been allowed to build upon it. So with all of those skills, gifts, and talents, Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of us would be more than willing to lend our hand
Yeah.
into these African nations to assist in whatever. We ain't coming to take over. We ain't colonizers. We ain't never been
They have
colonizers.
their thing going. You know,
Yeah,
they got it on 4 wheels.
Yeah.
It's on 4 wheels.
So they turn like WWE just trying to get in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me get in there real quick.
Exactly.
Trying to get in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So as far as the movement, you feel that it's growing. Like you can probably see in the next few years that it's growing.
Yeah, and since COVID, it's grown even more.
Why do you
Like when
think
we
so?
were in lockdown, like I said, we were I'd be watching the videos and reading the comments, and most of what you would hear people say is, as soon as they open up the gate, because being locked out, as soon as they open up, I'm out.
Yeah.
And a lot of people follow through.
Yeah, I must admit that even us people coming down here to South Africa, we're getting a lot more calls than we've ever gotten. People have been digesting our content that we put out, and it's just stuff that we see. It's not like we're making this stuff up.
Right.
It's stuff, and you've been here before, so you know what we're validate what we put out.
Yeah.
Just for the normal consumer, because as I'm going to ask you, why is it so hard for people to believe what they see, even in video? Like, why is it so hard? I know Darlene knows, but she gonna hold her ass.
It's like she said, brainwash.
Okay.
What you see on TV, they show like poverty,
and we've been seeing those commercials since childhood.
Right.
Yeah.
Growing up, seeing that
and children, pot belly, kids starving to death.
Yeah.
And so we should just be thankful to be where we are, on public assistance in the States.
Yeah.
And government cheese.
Yeah, that's like my mom. My mom's 82, 81. I think she's 81.
Uh-huh.
And she still thinks it's the way they portrayed it on TV.
Yeah.
Even though
we've told her, and shown her like some pictures, like this is what it like, because we said, why don't you come to Africa with us?
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm not going to Africa, and you was expressing what she thought, like, no, it's nothing like that.
Wow.
It's nothing like that. 81 years old.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It really is.
It's
really
hard.
is.
And you know what's funny too? Because we get, I hate to tell you, I will say it, that we get people that are in their 80s that somehow, it's a little challenging, for them to scroll and find and click buttons and stuff. It's not what they do. They paper, and they send us emails and they say, I want to come to South Africa. I want to come with you guys. I want to come to Africa for the first time. And what do they normally say?
They want to know if they're going to be safe and is there anything over here for them.
Yeah.
Like, are they going to be okay as an 80-year-old person here in South Africa?
Yeah.
And then the other part they say is a lot of their family members don't want them to come. Even though they're going to be perfectly okay, they don't want them to come. It's like nobody wants to break the cycle.
Yeah, it's the
saying,
unknown.
Saying I'm from Columbus, Ohio, and damn it, we're going to be from Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, exactly. I was born here. My grandmother was born.
That's where I'm from.
Exactly.
No.
And I like Columbus, Ohio, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Darlene, what was your first experience like when you got here? What did you feel when you got here? What did you think? First time in South Africa.
It was different. I mean, the environment felt different in, Florida.
Florida's a whole nother atmosphere by itself.
I mean, like I said, I didn't really get to adventure out much, but it just felt nice to be amongst my people.
So you played in South Africa?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I know these my people.
I like it.
As a representative, a pseudo representative, we're gonna claim you too. We're gonna claim you too.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
That's cool.
So I guess the next question is: this is your third time, your second time. What is the goal and the mission of this exploitation?
Well, this mission.
Exploration.
Exploration?
Yeah.
No.
You said exploitation.
I think I meant that. I think I meant that. Go ahead.
Answer the exploration.
Well, this trip,
Exploration. Yeah. Well, I'll let him have that one.
this trip is to hopefully find a house, a home,
Okay.
to make it a permanent, situation.
Mhm.
So that's where I'm heading.
Okay.
It's,
All right.
Okay.
it's getting serious. It's yeah.
And you obviously have a plan in place, like you have a timeline for yourself,
Mhm.
like what the
Yeah.
goal is, and obviously you're on board with it. Like you're like whenever you say it's go,
Yeah,
we go.
let's go.
Man, y'all must be sisters.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Y'all must be. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys may not have noticed, but they're actually identical twins. And they tried to play a little trick on me earlier.
He's spoiled it.
But I can't be tricked. They've been trying to trick me for years, and I've been doing my thing. But so if they sound alike and laugh alike and giggle alike and laugh at the same Eddie Murphy jokes, then, see, they're identical. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I would say so. Two things. Do you guys feel safe here?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Like we're out and about the past 2 nights. I mean, we're over here, but we feel very, very comfortable.
Feel
Very
safe.
comfortable. Yeah.
No, that's a concern. People like, hey, is it safe over there?
Yeah.
I mean, we got areas like anywhere else, like even in Sarasota. I'm sure there's some places you don't go.
Yeah.
I ain't going over there.
Right. Right.
But we have the same thing here. But for the most part, it's safe. And you've been here a few times. You just people feel danger.
Yeah.
We ain't got no spidey sense. But
Yeah.
nonetheless,
We do have spidey sense.
Yeah. but you can feel it, and you feel pretty much safe here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you guys would probably recommend to our people that they probably need to come visit Africa.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've definitely been spreading the word, and people say they're coming because when they know that I'm moving, right? They know it's happening.
Yeah.
I'm serious. They realize, okay, you are, you're not just talking. You are doing this, and everybody that I told, they say I'm coming. I'm coming to visit.
Okay.
At least I'll have someone to visit, who's there.
Yeah,
So,
that's a good start.
yeah.
But we know how we are. So I'm not gonna go somewhere unless I feel comfortable at least knowing someone else is there as well. I mean, I think that's probably one of the things that benefits us is that we are here. So you're not, when you come over here, you may not be family, but you at least know that we're here, we live here.
Yes.
Can make sure that you navigate it properly.
Right.
And then after the first visit, everybody navigates on their own because they're comfortable.
Yeah. I mean, because if I had not seen you guys' video, I would not be here. Like, it was not even on my my radar. Okay. So I wouldn't even, like I said before, Rwanda was where I was heading.
Yes.
And then you guys, your videos were coming through for South Africa, and I'm like, well, what is this? Let me check this out. So, and I came the first time, I was like, well, this,
Well, damn.
Yeah. I'll be there.
I like that.
Yes. So, and then the second trip, I needed to know, can we do this without holding Mark and Latasha's hands? Like, I want to know, can we do this?
Yeah.
Because if I'm talking about, doing a permanent stay here, I need to be able to.
Yeah.
And that's the exact same thing we did.
That's exactly what we did.
Yeah.
So it's the only difference between us and you is that we had nobody to hold our hand.
Yeah.
We just we thought about it tremendously on our side, and then we went to Cape Town just to see if we can this be the place, and then we determined when we was crying leaving because we left. And it was summer here. It was December or something.
Yeah.
And it was freezing in DC. Like snow on the ground, here, ice everywhere. Like when I went to my car, I had to pop off all this ice. And all I could think of was I was in Cape Town. It was, it was 80 something degrees and beautiful day.
Yeah.
And I'm getting mad. We're on a bus on the transport, taking us to the airport. And I'm like, where am I going to the airport? I'm literally in South Africans understand Camps Bay, Clifton. That's where we stayed and I'm on First Beach.
Yeah.
And I'm on First Beach. And I'm not leaving. And then I ended up having to go back, and I literally got off the plane in D.C.
Like, who's I doing?
And this is crazy. And I was mad.
Yeah.
I was mad. I was still mad because I wanted to be, because we had made all these friends, started, knowing people taking us around, South Africans being South Africans, made sure that we were good.
Yeah.
And it worked. So I understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's definitely something. So I'm glad that you're here, and then I'm glad that you were able to come back. And I'll use the word probably was explore on your own the second time, and just kind of see like what every day. Yes. Do I do something? Do I do nothing?
Yes.
And am I comfortable doing nothing?
Yes. And we did do that.
And the truth is, and the truth is, it's nice to do nothing.
Yes. It is. Yes.
It's
like
a real thing.
Because doing nothing on that side still makes you anxious.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you feel like you should be doing, but here it's like it's really okay to do nothing.
Yeah.
It's really okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an art.
Yeah.
It's an art. You perfected here. You perfected here.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you are here. I'm glad you brought your sister. Glad you brought your family. It means a lot to us that you are taking the plunge and that you see the possibilities for your family here, because you really could have been like, oh, it was nice.
Yeah.
No. And not actually started thinking about what their future could look like. Yes. And put them in a different position.
So let me ask you this. The whole time, all these years, you've been, going up, what was that?
95.
I'm 95, no, that's the other side.
10.
95.
Yeah, that's on the other side of the street. Yeah.
She's on 10?
No, you're not even. What highway?
I 75.
Oh, 75. Okay.
Yeah, on the bus up and down, going to I-75, going up to Tampa.
10 runs.
I think you were like an hour from, about an hour from Tampa.
Yeah, well, about 45 to an hour. Yeah.
Anyway, probably flying in. Anyway, where have you heard content, like, in general, about South Africa? And if so, what was it? What did you hear?
I've not. Like I said, your videos was my first hearing of it.
Okay, so since then, have you been seeing other content, like from like maybe the tourism bureaus or? No. Because I was under the impression that they're starting to.
Oh well, I'm not hearing it. I mean, you guys are the only ones that I'm hearing. That's pushing South Africa.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing it. Other than those that have visited. And who are talking about their experiences, but I'm not hearing them advertise South Africa.
That's interesting.
I mean, not in a positive way. Let's put it that way.
What did you? If you heard anything about South Africa?
Well, the drama with that drama that came out about where that Omicron.
That was crazy. Yeah.
And it's so funny because you can see the games. You can see it. It's so clear.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. It just gets my blood boiling. Yeah. I mean, it's the games that are being played, and they don't realize that we're a different generation of people now.
Yeah. They got to pick a different line.
You got that's the best you can do now. Like you think you're dealing with children, the games that they're playing. Yeah. We can clearly see what you're doing. We can clearly see it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people believed it. The ones that are still in that vein.
Still sleep.
In that vein. They're like, are y'all okay over there? I'm like, man, we still on lockdown.
Yeah.
We can't go nowhere.
It's crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But it's crazy.
We used to get a lot of questions about South Africa. It wasn't like they were asking for their benefit. They just want to, like people talked about like apartheid. Like it's been over for years. They talked about all kinds of stuff, like old stuff, but they didn't have any new material about South Africa. Yeah. So we're like, well, hold on. We're here. We know what we're doing. We're pretty smart, I think.
Hope so.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we go. But and we just saying, okay, well, let's just take the camera and let's go where we go every day, where the South Africans have taken us and what we see, and then we put it out there. And then, I mean, so you would think that the governments would say, okay, well, maybe we need to put more material out there so we can get these people who want to come to Africa and live, because they want us here.
Yeah,
they do. They do want us here. I know that for a fact. And there's all different, like you said, there's all different types of us, from people who can invest, people who can bring some good cooking, to whatever.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So we got to get together. We got to get this thing going.
Really.
Right. It's grassroots.
Yeah, it is.
All day long.
Yeah.
It is.
And then they're going to be doing a baby girl over here when she get a full teenager. It's going to be over.
Yeah.
So they like it here for the most part.
They like it here. We're trying to get Dad on board. Dad likes it here, but his job. He's got that he's he's hanging on to. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
When does school start for them?
School started this month. I took them out of public school.
Oh,
I took them out. Yeah, so I'm homeschooling them.
Wow.
Yeah,
is that serious?
Yeah, really, because I could see the agenda that they were trying to push. And when my daughter is coming home drawing certain things.
That's a project?
Yes, it's a project, so, and I, have to explain, listen, you're going to do this to get this grade.
But
this is not us. We don't co-sign this.
Wow.
So, and it was like more than one thing happening in months,
It's funny that you say that, because I have another friend, and he has a little girl, and she's like 5. And when he showed me her project for school, he was like, what is this mess?
Yeah.
That they want my 5-year-old in kindergarten to do this project. Like, they're already enforcing this. He's like,
and that's how they got us. They start young. They start young.
And nobody
they
said
keep
anything.
that cycle going. They keep it going.
The conditioning from child.
Yes.
So he had a little come to Jesus meeting with the school's teacher. It was like, she will not be participating in this.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to indoctrinate her this at 5.
Yes. Exactly.
She's going to know who she is properly. This is not it.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So now that, obviously you have got your eyes trained on being in South Africa, what do you think your lifestyle would be? What lifestyle are you thinking that you're going to be having while you're here? You know what I mean? A lifestyle.
And
like you think you're going to be living pretty nice?
Oh,
or?
yeah. Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Where I am is nice. It's nice,
so.
But I'm gonna be stepping it up.
Look, Darlene, she's like, I'm gonna continue my business.
Right.
Make it a little bit higher.
I didn't do
Ain't no wrong with that. You work for it.
I think
you put your time in.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have no issues with that. You put your time in.
Yeah. We obviously we like every the 20-year-olds that need to come here as a remote worker. Have some experiences. But I think a lot of people who are, because people are going to make the hard decision. I'm saying bad decision. They retire. The money gets cut in half. The income, they're used to this income. They gotta make decisions.
Yeah. And the cost of living is a lot cheaper. So our dollars will go, a long way. Yeah. So
you gotta think about those things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think people can get by much easier.
Oh yeah.
On this side versus here you are, you retire, now you got to pick up another job and maybe another job just to make the meetings and then you're still not getting ahead. You just right ahead of the wave.
Yeah, with the way the housing market is now, rent is like like in my neighborhood, it runs between $2,500 to $3,000 a month. And could go higher than that, depending on what you get.
You said rent.
But rent.
That's a mortgage payment.
I know.
Exactly. Okay, I was just something wrong with me.
No, because it just Manatee County, Sarasota County, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
Here,
can you imagine?
I thought about it. That's about 48,000 rand a month for 3,000. 48,000 rand a month. You can have the best of the best.
Yes, exactly.
If you wanted to spend that kind of money,
exactly,
you would actually have the best of the best.
Yeah. It's very expensive.
She's like, that's just the rent. We ain't talking about
not the other stuff. Exactly, and that's another thing that utilities is going up. Yeah. It's getting crazy.
So household monthly bills can be what, $8,000 or something?
Depending on
your situation.
Yeah.
That's like 120-some thousand rand to live.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
And here it takes roughly 40K, I think, somewhere there about to be.
Good.
I'm okay, and I'm frying my chicken every night.
And my oxtails and all the greens and cabbage.
Yeah.
I
remember them in their apartment now.
Oh, you serious?
The oxtails were what? $5? It was like $5 for.
It
was like $5 something.
So explain it. Just oxtails.
Well, she's the
Yeah, but people know about oxtails in the States. And how much do they cost where you are?
I think it's like $12 or something for a little small pack like that.
Mm-hmm. In the States.
Yeah.
And then when you bought some here.
Yeah, and they're like $5 something.
So they're about the same size.
Same size.
Mm-hmm.
But you pay like $5.
Like that's less than half.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
She said, "Ooh, they got oxtails." No, I'm just kidding.
And the chicken, the chicken was like $1 or something.
Yeah,
it's like $1 or something.
Proper chicken.
Yeah,
proper chicken. Exactly.
Yeah, it wasn't the legs weren't like
With the wing like this right here. That's a proper wing. You know it looks like that.
Exactly.
It looks just like that. Like that
what am I eating?
Brontosaurus wing over here.
It's a little crazy on that side. I guess they got to feed so many people. So they got to make up food and tell you this is food beyond whatever this is. They got to figure. Yeah, but here we got enough food for the amount of people that are here. And then some.
Yeah.
And then people are still making their own food because you go out in the villages, people got their own cows, their own animals, they got their own vegetation and they grow their own stuff. So they don't even rely on the food system that's available.
Yeah.
And that's why when you go to the store, I'm sure they were full. The shelves were full.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Everything was full. So I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad you get. Is there anything that you want to add? Anything you want to let people know, or just rant about?
Yeah, it's like everybody who had come here have said, you got to come and see it for yourself.
Yeah.
You got to come. There is a better life outside of what we have known.
Yeah.
There is better.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm trying to find out.
She's like, I'm gonna come along for the journey and get in where I fit in.
And the good part about it is, people, we get this question sometimes. People like, so do I got to give up my citizenship?
No.
That's how it feels. Like, hey, my citizenship. Like, no, you don't have to give up anything.
Yeah. But it'll be a non-issue once once you come over and realize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can keep it if you want.
Yeah. That is just that.
Sit there in the back drawer,
She's like, drop it back there.
And there's nothing stopping you from visiting the U.S. You can go anytime. There's people like, I miss my so-and-so, but then the same so-and-so, they don't see them for a whole year anyway.
Yes,
they only see them during the holiday. So you can live a good life on this side and then freeze your tail off going back to the States.
Yeah.
That's that's a hard pill to swallow when the weather's nice and the sun is.
Yes.
Somebody told me that the sun is a little. I think it's more intense here.
I think so.
But they said the southern sun is way more intense than the northern sun.
Yeah.
And I believe it because it could be in 68 degrees and sunny, and it feels like 80 degrees in the States.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the Fahrenheit and stuff is in the Celsius.
Pretty hot.
Yeah. So. Yeah. But I think this is where we should be anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It just I don't know why. It's maybe because
on the continent somewhere at least.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for chatting with us, and we will try to let people know what's going on.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all later. Peace.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on all things The Real South Africa. Thanks again.